Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your summer solstice reading. The summer solstice begins on June 20th and marks the sun's entrance into Cancer. This is a time when we allow ourselves to be patient, to relax into our bodies, our emotions that are being generated, and allow us to check in after a time of incredible change and movement from the beginning of this year. So there are changes we've initiated, and many of them are unfamiliar to our bodies, to ourselves, to our psychic spirits. So it's important that we allow ourselves space to experience these, to check in, to make sure we're still in alignment with the changes we're making and the direction we're moving in. This is a general reading, so I'm reminding you of that. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. I thank you for your presence here. Your support of me is essential, and it is much loved. It feels so good. So thank you. And for Virgo, your overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles. This is about a new opportunity. This is particularly about an opportunity, a plan to build something long lasting, to create a resource, a tool, or material resources that will allow you potentially to gain the abundance you're seeking, to be successful in generating usually abundance that supplies a community, a team, an effort, an organization with the resources needed to be successful. It's a beautiful new beginning. And as an earth sign, this is about earthly success, earthly achievement that is important to you. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity and the way others see you, the Seven of Cups is describing the many offers, the many options that may be available to you at this time. I really love this card, which many of you have been getting for the summer solstice specifically, because it describes that idea of allowing offers, options to marinate in your emotional body, to identify opportunities that support you back, that recognize you, that will give you a chance to blossom, to be seen and heard. The number of groups and individuals that want to include you may be overwhelming. It can be confusing, but you will not allow yourself to be distracted from the path, your goal that you know is what is keeping you on the path of activating your desires, your needs. In the first house, where we have intention setting, our perspective, the Four of Wands is really about stabilizing the ability of a community, a couple, a partnership to celebrate the growth that it has and is in the process of achieving. It's as though you're agreeing with a partner or a community, a tribe, a group of others to grow, to continue to grow, to continue to build something, learning every step of the way, including in and among your interactions with each other. This is also a kind of portal, much like the aces are, of you stepping into your dreams, linking that with another entity, individual or group of individuals to pursue your dreams. It's a beautiful card. In the fourth house, the house of your soul, your family, your roots or foundation, the Seven of Swords is describing a fair amount of resistance that you are putting up with yourself. You have internalized the criticism, the pushback, the negative feedback, the dismissals, perhaps even the gossip and negative talk about you that others have created as a form of sabotage. And this, without a doubt, has not, at least the Virgos I'm talking to, this has not held you back. It has blocked you in some specific areas, but it has not essentially stopped you from being on your path. What it has done, because you have not processed this resistance, particularly if the resistance you've identified is coming from a loved one as part of a family or childhood pattern, as part of a trauma. You've internalized that resistance so that you are the biggest obstacle to the abundance, the success that you are initiating. That you cannot, in all good faith, join into a partnership or a relationship as part of a community if you are fearful and self doubting, if you second guess yourself, if you're not sure what you should be wanting or what you are deserving of. In the seventh house of significant others, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I see you pursuing solid partnerships, solid community. I see you almost restructuring that, replanning it, re envisioning it in a way that will allow you to take steps one at a time and will also allow you, with the positive partnerships and alliances you're building, to address these in partnership, to address the sense of inner resistance, self-doubt, things you've internalized as a result perhaps of unfortunate experiences, challenges you've faced. And again, this is coming from quite possibly a family pattern or a family relationship or a relationship that wants to configure it itself as a family, and the ways in which that has been unsuccessful to date. But you're running at this again. You're building this again. You're envisioning the possibility of this because you've come to a place of understanding that you do deserve this, that you are capable of this, and that perhaps you need help to undo some of the unfortunate behaviors you've internalized, the unfortunate voices, the criticism that you've heard that's been leveled at you. If this reading is resonating for you, Virgo, please like this video. Share this with others if you like. Comment below if you feel so moved. And subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I deeply appreciate your supporting me in that way. And I've pulled discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. No doubt, Virgo. No doubt. And from the Hummingbird Oracle, we have the Reflecting Pond. Celebrate the true beauty and light that lies within you and others. I'm going to switch these cards because Reflecting Pond, I think, goes along with this wish fulfillment that you are establishing in your community, in your home, this place of joining together with others to actualize your dreams. In the first house, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Wands in the second house and the Five of Wands in the third house. So the Nine of Wands is about your having worked and worked and worked at relationships for a long time. But because your values have grown and changed, you're understanding why what you have wanted on the surface, what you have experienced a lot of challenges within towards, is something that was not clear, that you were sending mixed messages to yourself. You wanted it, you didn't want it. You felt worthy of it, you felt deserving, you didn't feel deserving. You allowed others, particularly partners or potential partners, to undermine your sense of value, to undermine your authority, to question your ideas, to question your path. And maybe you haven't allowed others to support you in that enough. In other words, perhaps others did question and challenge you in a way that you have continuously pushed it away, thereby coming up empty when it comes to those meaningful or significant relationships that you now recognize that you can achieve. But you need the help of your partners to achieve it. And this requires a level of vulnerability that is really uncomfortable for you. However, because you're focused on those things that have not worked, that you have continually made, you believed sincere efforts to uh, move forward, to progress. You're actually understanding that many of these things were not for you, perhaps because of your approach, and that instead, from the loss you've experienced, you've gained the ability to deeply connect with yourself, to realize that, in fact, if this is a dream of partnership, of togetherness, of working on something with another, in a way that maximizes the potential for growth and success, that this is something you're now willing to pursue honestly, openly. It's as though you understand that this is something you can give to yourself. In the fourth house, the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Strength in the fifth house and the Nine of Cups in the sixth house. Yes, yes. You have been working through this dilemma, and I'm seeing this as a relationship dilemma for you. You're spoiled for choice at one level. There are many opportunities available for you because of your work ethic, your perseverance, your vision, your um, diligence and dedication, loyalty to a vision, to principles, to justice, to fair play. You are, in fact, really at a place now where you are beginning to experience this deep sense of satisfaction regarding the way you have faced your own patterns, the way you have looked at the experiences you had that might have made it difficult for you to be truly open, to accept criticism, to accept feedback, to recognize that rejection really is, as some say, protection, perhaps a blessing in disguise, and to release those experiences of rejection, not holding on to them. However, you are convinced that you are very close to that opportunity to connect with others or a significant other in a way that promotes this ongoing blossoming growth, expansion of your capacity with regard to love, with regard to your roots, your family, your anchor. There's a deep honoring here of who you are and where you came from. And you're beginning to experience a sense of contentment, satisfaction that you know what's best for you. You know how to achieve that. The Knight of Pentacles in the seventh house is clarified by the Two of Pentacles in the eighth house and the Queen of Cups in the ninth house. I see you in a place where you are dancing as fast as you can. And in the African tarot deck, there is a minstrel dancer, a tap dancer in this card. And I like that image because it is focusing on the ability to keep going despite whatever's going on around you, to keep building, to keep learning new things, because there's a sense you have of not being truly prepared to fully accept love into your life. There's a fear that you're just too stuck, that you're just too deliberate, you're just too procedural, you're too cold, you're too mechanical. You have all these fears about the way you are that might mean that you're not ultimately a loving person. And you are indeed that loving person, particularly as you have begun to apply the lessons learned to your own heart, to your own experience. That you've understood that the resistances are coming from within you. The fears come from within you, and we project those out. And then when we're not successful, we keep ramming against the wall as if to convince ourselves that this is something we really want, when in many ways it's something we're afraid of. Connecting with someone requires a lot of vulnerability, and you're now exploring that vulnerability and allowing yourself to heal simply through the exploration of it. The Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords in the 11th house and the Empress in the 12th house. Yes, you have love. You also have 3 9s in this reading, which means that you are completing particular cycles of growth and learning. You're releasing a lot of suffering that you've held within, you've hidden from yourself. You are completing that, you're releasing that, you're admitting to how much this has hurt you, admitting to how much that you've lost through your inability, perhaps, to act or seize the opportunity when it came along. Your willingness to settle for things that really didn't fill your heart or that looked good on the outside, or settling for a colleague, a friend, or a coworker when what you really wanted was an all-encompassing love. Your own journey is what's inspiring now, and you're absolutely in a place of confidence around your ability to generate new ideas and abundance and enjoy the fruits of your labor because you understand the entire process now. This again brings us back to this commitment to learning from your experiences. And now you are beginning to see yourself more holistically, more as with the power of love, of self-love, that you can share with another rather than a love that you give or is given to you. I'm going to finish up this reading, Virgo, with a yogic path oracle and hope that this reading is clear and useful for you. And I've pulled the Bhakti. And I'm going to look up the Bhakti. And the key word is devotion. You've begun walking on the path of devotion. You are devoted to something greater than yourself, your body, your possessions, or your desires. What does divinity mean to you? Now's the time to ask yourself, when do I feel close to divine? Paths to bhakti include devotional mantras, meditations, and prayers to the gods and goddesses, offering service to those in need and spending time in nature. The selfless path takes you to the greatest ecstasy of all, the bliss of devoting yourself to spirit. Thank you so much, Virgo, for this lovely reading. Until next time, namaste.